It is time to look at projects that I have ignored for quite a bit, and the reason is BGA. I have quite a few graphic cards that are with me for some time, and I believe most of them have BGA issues. BGA stands for Ball Grid Array, and it is a surface mount technology or surface mount packaging for chips that are soldered on the surface of a PCB. Now, I tried a few attempts in the past, but they all failed, and that is why I'm a little bit scared to get into these projects. But I think it is time to at least figure out which ones require BGA work and which ones are maybe just a simple fix on the PCB itself. And you may already know what I'm talking about. Here is my chip magazine from July 2000. It was sold for 8 Deutsche Mark, and this is my magazine. I bought this 25 years ago. And yeah, we are talking about the Voodoo 5 today. Voodoo 5 5500, which was released just a month earlier from when this magazine was published. And here you can see that the Voodoo 5 already had competition that was outclassing it. Yeah, and when we look in one of these magazines, you have these full page advertisements. And here we go. Here is an article about the Voodoo 5. Unfortunately, this is in German, so yeah. But we are interested in some benchmarks. There we go. So here you have the 3 graphic cards that are competing. You have the GeForce 256 with DDR memory. You have the 3D Prophet 2 GTS, the GeForce 2. And you have the 3DFX Voodoo 5 5500. And here you can see that in 3D Mark 2000, the GeForce 2 is beating the Voodoo 5 by quite a bit. In Unreal Tournament, most of the cards are equal, but that is not really a good representation because the GeForce 256 is just a few frames slower in 16-bit compared to the GeForce 2. And in 32-bit, you can see that the Voodoo 5 seems to be faster, but there is a problem with the graph because the GeForce 2 renders 66 frames, whereas the Voodoo 5 only delivers 56 frames. Nokia 3210. 419 Deutsche Mark. Interesting. Let's check alternate. Asus Creative. 3DFX. Oh, look at that. They even have listed a Voodoo 5 6000. No price, but a Voodoo 5 6000 is here. And the Voodoo 5 5500, also no price tag yet. Even the 4500 is not yet listed. The best 3DFX card you could get was a Voodoo 3 3500. We also have the GeForce 2 GTS here listed from Asus, 850 Deutsche Mark. And ATI, Creative, GeForce 256. And here we also from Elsa, a lot of GeForce 256, but no GeForce 2. Anyway, this is a flashback to the year 2000, but we want to focus on the Voodoo 5 today. So let me get the first Voodoo 5 that I have here. I think I have 4 Voodoo 5 cards in for repair. So let's get our first 3DFX Voodoo 5 5500 on the repair bench and see what we can do for it. And here is the first card in question. So yeah, this card is in rough shape, and you may already wonder, why are some of these connectors so brown? They should be white, and you are correct. So unfortunately, this card was in a basement for a good 10 years or something like this. I understood it wasn't very dry there. And when this card was pulled out from the basement and used in a system, it only produced artifacts from what I understood. Now, unfortunately, the owner decided to reflow the card in a reflow oven at work. And yeah, so there was a lot of solder moving around. You can probably already imagine what happened afterwards. This card was put into a system, and the moment it was powered on, magic smoke came from multiple places on this card. So yeah, I have a feeling that there are damaged BGA chips on here. I do not have a replacement, unfortunately. I wish I could justify purchasing these chips, but they are north of 60 to 70 US dollars per chip. And there is an offer on eBay right now, but it will cost around 1,200 US dollars for 24 chips. That would be really nice because then, yeah, I would have spares for this, but I cannot justify the cost. We can jump under the microscope now and have a look at the damage that the reflow oven may have caused. Okay, so we already have one 3DFX chip that doesn't look too good. Some scratches on it. So all these SMD components look extremely brown. I think they were just roasted in this reflow oven. And maybe you can also see that the solder does look dried out. I wouldn't be surprised if we even have shorts on that board. So now we are close to the 3DFX chip. I wonder if cleaning these helps. There's a lot of... I don't know what that is. The silvery stuff. It looks like solder that is just everywhere on this board. The vias don't look good. You can see some corrosion, rust. I think this is the 10 years in a basement. So yeah. If you have retro gear in a basement in the attic, make sure it's properly sealed. Better make sure to store it in a dry place. Here's the corner of one of the memory chips. Yeah, this is not connected. That could have been all that's wrong. Maybe it was just a solder connection on the memory chips that caused the artifacts. Of course, if the 3DFX chips are damaged, then, well, that's it. I need to find replacements for those, and I just mentioned that they're quite expensive. And I'm not a pro when it comes to SMD rework. So I need to practice first on lower valued cards. I first want to fix the 1 or 2 Voodoo 3 2000s. I have a video on my channel where I tried to fix one of those cards. It didn't work. But yeah, I have chips for those cards, and I would try to attempt this first before I go and try to even work on these BGA chips on the Voodoo 5. Even if I go over and retouch all these SMD components, what happens if one of these vias is no longer connecting? Like, they all look quite bad. I'm a complete newbie. If you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments. Also, if you say like, no, don't touch it, give it to somebody who's experienced with this. I'm fine with this as well. But yeah, I need to learn too. So, okay, so my multimeter is in beep mode now. Let's see if you have shorts on capacitors. No. No, these are inductors. These ones should beep. Okay, this is a capacitor. Oh, is it? C18. Yeah, that's shorted. Let's see if you find other capacitors. Yeah, here's a short. What about this one? Yep. 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 So we definitely have shorts on this board. Let's see. I think this one here may be left and right, maybe power and ground. Shorted. Okay, first of all, this is a 3.3 volt HEP card. And I think this is side B, component side. Side B. This one is 5 volts, pin 2 and 3, and pin number 5 is ground. So this is not connected. Okay, I'm putting my leads on ground here on the VGA connector. So my ground lead is here, and the other one I'll probe around now. So this is ground. Okay, and 5 volts is not shorted to ground. Then we have pin number 9, which is VCC 3.3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Our 3.3 volt line is shorted to ground. We have one at 16. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, what is this one? SBA 0. So there are way more things that are connected to ground. This one is 3.3 again. Then we have 2 address pins, I believe. Okay, so address 29 is grounded. And then we have 3.3 volts again, also grounded. That is not good at all. Let's see if we can look under the 3DFX chip. Okay, I removed the bracket now. Oh my goodness. This is very, very sad. I know many will say like, no, don't even bother with this card. I will speak to the owner. I don't think anything can be done here. The only thing I probably can do is use this as a, not as a donor card, but you know, to experiment with it, trying to lift the core, or the cores, both of them. But I don't think anything can be done with this card, unfortunately. This will be such a long shot. I'm pretty sure there are multiple solder balls below this chip, which may also no longer work, by the way. What is this? Is this the coating of this cap that just roasted? Yeah. Do not bake your graphic cards. You can see how also this plastic melted. And they are quite sturdy, so they'll start melting around 200, 250 degrees, something like this. Exposed for too long, you will get melted plastic like this. I'm not sure if you will get anywhere with this card. I do not want to start with this. I want to hear from you what you think we should do with this card. I removed the fan of the second chip on this card, and the BGA balls here, they look okay, better than before, but here you can see there's a solder blob here, so here we're already shorting 2 connections. Now the other chip here, first of all, it's a lot closer to the PCB, and you can see that the solder is already squishing out underneath. So yeah, you can't even see the balls anymore on this one. Oh, this is... oh my goodness, this is solder that comes out on the other side of the card. No. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we'll do the following. Right now, I have no intention to work on this card because, yeah, I have to lift both cores. I have to probably redo all SMD components. This would be a project for multiple days. It is so not worth it, but you know, we're not doing things here because it's worth or not. I cannot buy chips worth $100, $150 in total, hoping to get this into a working state again. Yeah, I will contact the owner now of this card and tell him the bad news because, yeah, right now I can't do anything about that. Maybe he even wants to chip in, get replacement chips, just trying to get this working again. So yeah, here's the card without the cooler, without the fan. It's here. I don't even know if this one will work. I think this was removed before going through the Reflow Oven. But yeah, that card is in extremely bad condition. I have another Voodoo card that has 2 broken inductors here. But yeah, I mean, I have to check with the owner what we do with this one. Okay, nothing to repair today. I just thought I will start because I have these cards now for over 6 months and it's time to get started somehow. This is what happens if you put your vintage hardware through a reflow oven. Don't do it. Learn from this mistake. Okay, this is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks to all my Patreons. And yeah, I hope you're terrified by this card. And yeah, let's see how this continues. See you in the next one. Take care and bye-bye.